My name is Chelsea Miller. My company is Chelsea Miller Knives, and I'm based in Brooklyn, New York. And I source most of my materials from upstate New York and Vermont in the countryside. I started making knives 3 years ago, and I've had my business here in Brooklyn for almost 2 years now. My dad, who lives in Vermont, he's a blacksmith and a carpenter, and he had gotten very sick, and I went up there to spend time with him, and that was a nice way to connect with him, to help him with a lot of his work and then find my own work in that process. Brooklyn is a great place to have your own business. I think no matter what it is, there's just a really nice sense of community here. So when I first started in Brooklyn, I was selling my knives at the Brooklyn Flea. It was a great opportunity to meet people, who appreciate fine things. And so that really started a following for me. And then I was written up in Saveur magazine in my first year, which generated a lot of business. And then the New York Times and Garden and Gun, all these really great big magazines in the food world and also the design world. Most of the orders that I get, I'd say, are placed by collectors, people who just appreciate handmade things, people who are attracted to the story. I think that a lot of it for me is about storytelling, where I come from and who I am and why I'm drawn to the knife making. We used to have horses growing up, and we had a lot of these old files called farrier's files used for filing horses' hooves. And they're a high carbon steel, which is great for making knives. And by looking at it, I decided that I wanted to keep this grating aspect on the knife, which is used for filing. So you have a knife that cuts and spreads, but also grates on the other side. And so, you probably haven't seen something like that in a knife, but it's certainly a conversation starter, and then fun to just figure out how to use it in your own kitchen. The most common reaction to my telling people that I am a blacksmith and a knife maker, most men usually ask me if I'll marry them. But it's usually a what? What is that? It's fun, it's fun. My name is Chelsea Miller, and I make knives.